Today topic is geothermal power plant. Geothermal power plant are used in order to generate electricity by the use of geothermal energy, that is earth internal thermal energy. Geothermal electricity generation is currently used in 26 countries. The word geothermal comes from Greek word, that is the geo means earth and thermal means heat, that is it means the heat of earth, that is we are collected from the internal thermal energy, that is earth internal thermal energy. Geothermal system is both kinetic energy and heat energy of the steam produced by flashing the geothermal brain is used. There are three types of geothermal power plants. The first one, dry steam plant, flash cycle steam plant, binary cycle plant. This is the dry steam plant. The next one, flash cycle steam plant, and the last one is binary cycle plant. Now we are seeing here dry steam geothermal plant. This is the dry steam geothermal plant. Geothermal power station are similar to other steam turbines. Thermal power station in that heat from a fuel source is used to heat water. You can observe here there are the two wells is there, bore wells. One is for production well, another one is for the re-injection well. The remaining section is similar to the thermal power plant. They work by piping hot steam from underground reservoir directly into the turbine from geothermal reservoirs, which power the generators to provide electricity. That is, in this the production well, that is the hot steam comes here. This hot steam it drives the steam turbine. The turbine are classified for two types. One is for impulse turbine, another one is for reaction turbine. Here they are used for impulse turbine. This hot steam drives the steam turbine, which converts the steam energy into mechanical energy. Further, that mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy with the help of alternator or AC generator. After that, the electricity they are sent to the consumer with the help of step-up transformer via bus bar, isolator switches, and then feeders. In the impulse turbine, the steam is ejected, that is the wastage steam is collected into the condenser. Again, the recirculated into the cooling tower. It will be converted into somewhat the cool water, that it will be injected into the injection well. After powering the turbine, the steam condenser into water and is piped back into the earth via the injection well. That is nothing but the re-injection well. Here the two bore well is there. One is for production well, another one is for re-injection well. In production well, that is we are taking the steam, that is the hot steam, the temperature is maintained 150 to 300 degree centigrade. That steam drives the steam turbine, which converts the steam energy or heat energy into mechanical energy. Further, that mechanical energy is converted into electric energy with the help of alternator. AC generator is coupled on the same shaft of turbine. The wastage steam or injected steam that collected into the condenser, that is converted in the form of water that circulated into the cooling tower. Again here the cooling tower are three types: atmospheric cooling tower, natural draft cooling tower, and forced draft cooling tower. Here the preferred for atmospheric cooling tower. And the turbine there are two types: impulse turbine, reaction turbine. Here they are used for impulse turbine. Again that the somewhat the cold water is injected into the injection well. In that the earth again they are separated the two particles. One is for water particle, another one is for the hot air. That hot air again it will be recirculated to the production well. This process is continuous. Geothermal sources there are four types: hydrothermal system, geopressured system, petrothermal system, and magma sources. But only preferred in the geothermal plant is magma resources. And the chosen land in the geothermal power plant, they are generating the power. The selected land is dry rock land with high temperature. In the geothermal power plant, the temperature is maintained from minimum 150 degree centigrade to 300 degree centigrade. Next topic is methods of harnessing. Generally the harnessing it will be taken temperature versus entropy curve. You can observe here the temperature is taken on the y-axis and the entropy is taken on the x-axis. In geothermal power plant the temperature is maintained from 150 degree centigrade to 300 degree centigrade. Based upon this TS curve, that is temperature versus entropy curve, we are choosing for the method of harnessing. In this the curve it will be represented for various number of points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on, etc. This the terminal, the one represent the geothermal brain in the well at high temperature. Generally the temperature is maintained from 200 to 300 degree centigrade and the curve represent 1 to 2 drop in temperature in the production well. Few amount of the temperature is drop in that production well that represent in terms of 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 to the point 2 to 3 expansion of total flow fluid in specific turbine. In geothermal power plant the specific turbine we are using for impulse turbine and the 3 to 5 the curve represent the condensing of steam and vapor in condenser, that is the wastage of steam that is ejected the steam in the turbine that it will be circulated into the condenser. That curve is represent for 3 to 5 and the 5 to 7 is represent re-injecting of spent fluid into the ground through the re-injection well. That is again that water it will be sending to the injection well, that is represent for 5 to 7. Again in the ground particle it will be split into two things. One is for water particle, another one is for the steam particle. The hot steam again it will be entering to the production. The next advantages of geothermal power plant. No fuel is required. That is the transportation problem is also not available. Just we are injecting the borewell in the dry rock land. In that earth temperature, the temperature is maximum in the particular places. We are generating the power. The temperature is 200 to 300 degree centigrade. There is no need for the fuel transportation. It is available in the nature. The fuel transportation is not occurring and no fuel is required. Next one, clean sources of energy. That is eco-friendly. It is not polluted that much of the environment comparing to the thermal and the nuclear power plant, that is conventional power plant. Less area is required in geothermal power plant comparing to the other conventional power plants. Reliable source of energy. We can give the supply, the continuous as well as for somewhat constant. And it is inexhaustible, that is it is not a burning nature. Available throughout the year. We can generate the power with the help of geothermal power plant. In a year 365 days we can generate the power. It is the major advantages. Cheaper in cost comparing to the other power generation. That is the per unit cost is very less comparing to the remaining power plants. And it produces maximum amount of energy than the other alternating system. That is other renewable energy sources. These are the various advantages of geothermal power plants. And the drawback of geothermal power plants. The first thing, location. The only we can generate the power only in dry, hot rock places. The remaining places we can't generate the power with the help of geothermal power plant. And one more thing, the initial cost is more. And by using this geothermal energy, the earthquake is appeared. Here we are injecting the borewell. We want to generate the power in the geothermal power plant. We need to inject two borewell. One is for production borewell, that is hot steam taken. Another one is inject borewell. We need to supply the water. Once we are injecting more number of borewell in that the particular land or particular places, the causes earthquake is appeared. And away from the populated area, the geothermal power plant we are erected in the dry rock places, that is away from the populated area. Again, the transmission distribution line loss is maximum and the cost of transmission line is also maximum, and that is it is away from the load center. Less power generation comparing to the conventional power plant, that is compared to the thermal and nuclear power plant. In geothermal power plant the power generation is less and the large quantity of water is required. We want to inject the borewell and cooling tower the water is required. Comparing to the remaining renewable energy sources, the large amount of water is required to generate the power in geothermal power plants. And the air pollution at a geothermal power plant, this is one of the drawback. Once that is the emission of radioactive radon gases and hydrogen sulfide H2S gas is released. This is the drawback of the geothermal power plant. And application of geothermal power plant, it is used for generation of electric power. We can generate the electricity. Industrial process heat, another one. Spacing heating for building. Production of salt from sea. Paper manufacturing and gasification of coal. These are the various applications used for geothermal energy. And environmental effects of a geothermal sources. Geothermal energy is not completely pollution-free energy. At geothermal site, the air pollution is a major problem because of emission of poisonous gas such as hydrogen sulfide H2S, ammonia, methane, carbon dioxide, CO2, etc. Once we are generating the power in the geothermal power plant, the main environmental effect, it polluted the environment. Comparing to the conventional power plant, this is very less comparing to nuclear power plant. In nuclear power plant releases for the radioactive substance, that is dangerous gas. Comparing to those power plant, the pollution is very less. But it releases for the poison gases, that is hydrogen sulfide H2S, ammonia, methane, carbon dioxide. It will be affected for the environment. And another one, the large quantity of water is required due to the surrounding people. The surface, the water, daily water, they are suffering a problem because the huge amount of water we are utilized to generate the geothermal power plant for the particular area. The human beings are and the living organism facing the lot of problem for drinking water purpose. And another the drawback, we are injecting more number of bore wells in the particular land. We are facing in future the earthquake effect is also available. For that purpose, the geothermal power plant, they are not used that much of thing. That is, generally the land we are selecting only for hot dry rock places. The particular places we want to inject for more number of bore wells. Due to that, the earthquake is appeared. That is, in that the bore well, the bore well, that is production bore well, the hot air is taken out, and another one bore well is injecting the huge amount of water. These are the various environmental effect of the geothermal power plant. One is it affected for the poison gases. Another one, we need to select only for the dry rock place. For the particular places we want to inject for more number of bore wells. Due to that, the earthquake is appeared and the large quantity of water is required to generate the power in geothermal power plant. For the particular the surrounding places, the human being or living organism, the suffering a drinking water purpose. These are the various environmental effects of geothermal power plant. Finally, I summarize. In this section, we are learn about what is geothermal and the working principle of geothermal power plant and temperature versus entropy curve, advantages and disadvantages of geothermal power plant and application of geothermal power plant. What are the environmental effects facing in the geothermal energy sources? That's all. Thank you.